Peeps. So I miss you guys. So I just started this, I guess you can say, a little series. I started in April and I started writing a little bit by bit. And I feel like I want to finish it and just really finish it and then do the videos. Yeah. I'm excited. So it's called Perfectly Imperfect Series. It just came to mind where when I just have this thought about like, it's okay to be imperfect. And I was reading, I like to reread the notes that I made over at retreats. And there's one of them that point out to me is like, even though you're broken, you're still molded into this beautiful, fast. It was a wonderful retreat, but I was thinking along with that. And I thought it would be perfect to include this and just share my experience along with that. So basically, perfectly imperfect. So each letter of that word will be the topic. I'm very, very excited. And yeah, let's get started. Hey peeps, I am so excited. I admit your color is the best. Exactly. That's the hair color.
Yeah.
But the best hair overall always look good. That's me.
You don't even have a beard. I have a hair you can't even have.
All you have to do is share, comment, and like, and it'll be so much fun. So let's get into it. So this is patience. So I know I mentioned patience in a lot of videos, and I still believed everyone. But this one will be a little different side, and I think you'll enjoy it. So I've been thinking a lot about conflicts. There's so many conflicts, so many misunderstanding between so many people. And So let me just jump into an example. So I know growing up, I always say nobody's gonna understand me. Why should I talk about it? I mean, what's the point? And I'm like that with everybody I know. There was one point, what happened with the family, something happened. I don't remember what. I think I felt embarrassed because I felt like they're yelling at me, but they're not. I mean, we're a family. But that was the point where I feel like maybe I should bring this up with Mom and tell her how I felt. And I made a mistake of starting the conversation with her without any patience with her. What I mean by that is, when you're telling your story to someone, and if you're expecting them to be patient with you, you need to be patient with them first. They're not going to understand you completely. I learned in a hard way, nobody's going to understand, only you and God, no matter what. Just fully accept that. And sure, it's great when someone can relate with you. Nobody goes through the same story. I know that for a fact. Nobody goes through the same story. They may go through similar problems, similar situations, but not exactly same journey. Mom has such a big heart, and she felt guilty about hurting my feelings. She feels like she done something wrong. She didn't. It's just that point where I brought it up, expecting her to understand me completely and expecting her to move on and know what she was supposed to do. And I didn't. That was wrong of me for expecting that. Yeah, I think it's really important that when you're sharing the story, you gotta be patient with them. Like, they may ask you questions, maybe some of them are dumb, but try not to make a big reaction out of it, because nobody understands and the way you do. Everyone has unique mindsets. And when it comes to dealing with conflicts, like if you're in a fight with someone or you're trying to confront them, it's best to keep calm and be patient, and you just, okay, what's up? Try to understand their side, and then let them understand your side. And I believe that's a two-way street when it comes to patience and respect, especially when dealing with conflicts. Yeah, I wish I was more patient growing up, because I was once I get hurt, and I got hurt all over again, and I find it easy to put the walls up all over, because I feel like I'm very sensitive. And I feel like I need to protect it. So I just keep on putting up the walls. And whenever I hear a bad thing, I just immediately block that person off. Nope, they don't understand. Moving on. And I can't do that. I would not have any friends if I keep doing that. Just keep pushing people out of my life just because they don't fully understand. And I know that's like a little stupid, but sometimes emotions can take over and fear take over, because you're scared of being a burden to them, or you're scared of rejection. Just a lot of little common stuff. And part of me is scared to share my vulnerability to anyone, because I don't want them to think I'm a weak person. And I see having a cochlear implant and being deaf, I see myself as a weak person with it growing up, because they can easily take advantage of me. That sometimes teachers will say, oh no, you misunderstood me, when I know I read their lips and they say the wrong thing. Or same thing with the friends. And it's just a lot of little things. Yeah. And I want to read a verse to you that's kind of a similar thing. Actually, I also want to mention this to the people out there that put up their walls around their heart. It's very lonely. And I want you to journal it out. I want you to find something that helps you break it down. Because my whole life, I just thought about working. Because, I mean, I go to speech therapy all the time. I feel like I have to be perfect to fit in with my family and my friends because they can hear, I cannot. So when I share my testimony, one of the retreats, I think it was 2 years ago or 3. I know it was recent. I never share with anybody about my testimony because they'll think I'm nuts. It's a strong one. I would be happy to share it with you in person. But when I share that, my mom and my Nana were in the room. That was kind of their first time hearing it. But after sharing that, I didn't realize how much I was holding all the anger, all the sadness, all the loneliness, everything on the inside. It just started pouring out. After probably I was 11 when that happened, and then almost 14 years of not telling anybody. And I just started pouring out. And I didn't realize how much I blocked that stuff. I didn't realize how much stories I just like to block them off and just focus on work. I just want to get to the goal. And I didn't realize how much it can drain you. It's secretly draining you a little bit by bit, and it just builds up. So my point is, don't be afraid to share. Don't be afraid to speak up. Heck, even if it's a therapist or a stranger or a friend, I mean, honestly, I think it's easier with a friend or a family. And you can just sit them down and say, hey, I just need a listener. And I just want to share something with you. And trust me, it'll feel a lot better. Because if they want to mention something, I mean, you can accept it. I mean, you can say, yeah, I would love to hear it. You'll be surprised how much, you'll be surprised their perspective of you is so different from your own. And you should really watch the video, Living Beyond Yourself, video session 3. It's by Beth Moore. I want you to watch it from the beginning to the end. I love it. I recently watched it and it changed me a lot. And you get that little bit of freedom in that. But yeah. Let me read a couple verses. I know I wrote it down. So Proverbs 14:29. Whoever is patient has great understanding, but one who is quick-tempered display fully. I know there's another way of saying this, like saying that patience leads to a better understanding, but being impatient, just you're gonna make stupid mistakes. I guess that's how I see it, but and then there's another one that I really liked a lot. Let me see if I can find it. I know I had it open. This. I hope I can pronounce this right. Efficient. Okay, let me show it to you. Efficiency. I hope you can read that. But I'll go ahead and put it in the comment. So that'll be like chapter 4, first 2. Alrighty. Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Yeah. So I guess, like, you know, the lesson of this, just if you want someone to be patient with you as you tell your story, you need to be patient with them first. And just remain calm and enjoy the journey. It's scary and exciting, and once you share that story, they're gonna be honored to hear it. Some of them might be like, oh, so that's fine, nothing. Like, there's so many reaction to it, but the fact that you shared it, if you share your story that you've been hiding in so long, good for you. I'm proud of you. I know that's hard to share it. Have a wonderful day.